Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. Hot Butcher up in this piece, son. The form of their Folleto. This be their Pierre Select and Tettnang and Saphir hopped Italian style Pilsner. Yeah, I've had this before. I don't know why it's not in my channel as a review, so we're doing it now. Yeah, Hot Butcher, Italian style Pilsner, 5% alcohol by volume. Speaking my language, it's just, it might be exactly 1 month old. Yeah, it is. And they talk about their notes in the back, as they always do. And it says here, fresh sweet hay, think basil. Okay, you give me basil up in this piece. Citrus zest. Yeah, it is November 11th. We are just short, like 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving, and I am pumped. I actually went to Weggyman's today, and they had a bunch of their Christmas beers in a mix of 6, so, not Wegmans Christmas beers, but a bunch of just, you know, craft Christmas stuff. So I'm going to do a little Christmas stuff. I love Christmas. I'm not religious, I don't believe in religion at all, but, you know, Thanksgiving, not that it's a religious holiday, but Christmas, love it, especially having a kid. Pushing 3, it's gonna be awesome. Anyway, label design. It's actually one of my more favorite jets as of late. Just the, you know, the fat kind of graffiti style kind of lettering. There's something about it. There's, I don't know. I really do dig it. It's kind of, I just dig it. So there you go. Beer wise, guess what? That looks like a Pilsner. Beautiful snow globy carbonation on it. Super hyper clear with the slightest bit of particulate floating around it, as you want to have, or you tend to have from craft Pilsner, because they just, you know, they can't, you know, centrifuge filter all the stuff that other breweries can do. And man, it just looks pretty. White as white can be. Head. Let's get a nose. Yeah, malt, sweet crackery malt, nothing too crazy. If I'm going to really reach out to any kind of hop expression, it's always going to be my kind of default go-to when it comes to a lot of Pilsners, which is the soft melon characteristic. Done and done. Super hyper clean, crispy boy status. For me, Italian Pilsner is more American Pilsner, or a craft American Pilsner. I know Tipo Pils is kind of the big thing, and Pivo, and then everybody over here has kind of done their own thing with the Italian Pils, but it is very much more an American thing to me than an Italian thing. I know some people are going to get all angry about that, but deal with it. So it smells like what you would see in the definition on Urban Dictionary of the El Crispy Boy. So let's just dive in. Cheers, y'all. And that's what it is. It really is. There's not a ton of expression here outside of a couple cool little points. So first thing that hits me, and it's unmistakable, it's not even crispy or snappy. It's like hyper crazy in that realm. I think that has to do with a mineral thing. I think that actually has to do with water treatment on top of the way the hops and the way the malt of the beer has been, you know, kind of done through and fully attenuated. There's really not a ton of like a maltiness to it. It's really just been hyper, super clean Pilsner malt with this almost tongue-stinging crispiness. And that's where the, I think it's a water treatment thing. I think actually it's a water chemistry thing. That's how they get to that level of crispy. So super hyper over the crispiest crispy boy in the history of crispies. Let's put it that way. As far as flavor goes, again, malt, very, very minimal, crackery, saltine cracker level kind of stuff, but even just more like bleached out like that. Not in a negative way, I'm saying, but it's there. It's you can't miss the malt, but it's not showy. It's utilitarian in what it's doing. On the hop side of things, again, I think it's definitely a combination of water chemistry and the hop. You're getting this stinging, snappy, little bit of bittering. Again, for me, default to this soft little melon characteristic. Done and done. There's not a huge hop expression here. There's not a huge malt expression here, but I think it is the combination of all those with a water profile, with a water chemistry thing that is super duper 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 cool, that makes this just like champion level crispy boy, like literally the Merriam-Webster dictionary of what it would be. What, crispy boy's not in the MW dictionary yet? Should be. Listen, I love it. You know, the only thing I'm going to bitch about on this, again, you're going to predict it. I'm very, very predictable. ABV, want this to be sub 4%, but in the grand scheme of things, just that cool experience of having something like this that is just like, you know, Ali G snapping his finger snappy level snappy. It's just crazy. That experience of itself, it makes this beer absolutely fun. I might be doing a little bit dirty on the malt and hops thing, kind of, you know, kind of talking it down. There is that melon expression. It's definitely there. There is a malt component, but it is that snappiness that really is the coolest part of this beer, and it pulls it off in a very, very fun fashion. I think it's fantastic. I want to drink more of it. Guess what? I'm going to drink more of it. Outside of that, man, yeah, done and done. It's one of the better Pilsners I've had as of late. Yes. Mount Rushmore status. Oh, it's worthy of being up there. It's probably on there. Let's put it that way. But it's super hyper cool and deserves to be on there. Value and availability. That's where these, you know, craft Pilsners kind of take a little bit of a hiccup, or what, I don't know what the word you want to use for it is. You know, a 4-pack of an Italian Pilsner, I actually picked it up today, Jack's Abbey, $12.50. I think that's where these beers should be. I'm guessing this probably hits a little bit higher price point than that. If it goes above 15, that's where I get a little bit kind of hot and bothered. I saw Dogfish Head Pilsner today for $17. What? Anyway, yeah, lost my train of thought. Leave you with, if you like what we like this, Crispy Boys. That's what, if you like that, you will love this beer. If you love Pilsners, if you love Italian Pils, if you love American style Pils, and you're not looking for like the Pilsner that's not even a Pilsner, that's just hopped up to all creation to where it's just kind of like a hoppy lager as opposed to a Pilsner. It's Pilsner through and through. It's just, if you're living that Crispy Boy life and that's what you love out of a Pilsner, this, you're going to love it. So there you go, reviewing the books. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hop Butcher, have you been to their locations? Have you had their beers? Have you had this beer? Have you had the previous versions, and have you had this one? Are they very similar for you? And what did you think of this beer? Really curious. All that fun stuff down there. So there you go. Reviewing the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Crispy Boy right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers, y'all.